Now I'm gonna start sketching the portrait. For sketching, I like to use a basic round hard brush that used to be a default brush in previous versions of Photoshop. And what it does is that it goes from light to dark depending on the pressure of the pen. And if I activate this little icon on top, which is the shape dynamics icon, it goes from thin to thick using the pressure of the pen. So I like to use it with these settings, from light to dark and from thin to thick. So I'm gonna create a new layer, and I usually use light colors. I never sketch with black. I use anything in this range. So first, what I'm gonna do is draw a circle and the guidelines. Now for the eyes and the center of the face. So I like to start with the nose or the eyes. So first I'm gonna sketch the nose. Oh, damn it. My Photoshop does that. I don't know why, but yeah, I'm gonna start with the nose because it will give me the direction of the face. And then the lips over here, just gonna sketch the general shape. And we want to keep the facial features following the same what do you call angle. We don't want a mouth facing another angle and the nose going another direction, so we want to keep it very cohesive. So we have the mouth and the nose now, and now as far as stylization goes, I like to make really big eyes and small noses and mouth. So I'm gonna start doing the eyes. And I said they're usually like much bigger than the reference. The eyelid. You know, because if the eyes are facing down, you can see a whole lot of the upper eyelid. And then I'm gonna do the face. His eye's kind of weird. Make it a little bit bigger. Move it to the side. So the circle is not the shape of the head. It's only a guide, you know. It helps me place the eye line and the center of the face. So I'm gonna make the eyelashes. a lot darker. Like right now I'm not using the pen pressure at 100%, so all these lines are much lighter than other parts. And the reason I like to have this kind of brush, to use this kind of brush for sketching, is because I can go darker in some areas, you know. So for example, I can draw the pupil inside the iris, and I think this eye is kind of weird. Just move it to the side. And I need to keep it stylized but proportionate at the same time, you know. So this eye here starts like above the nostril, you see. So I move the eye to the right a little bit, and now it falls right where it should. And same with the mouth. Like there is a difference between drawing stylized portraits and drawing unproportionate faces. So I think this looks good as a stylized portrait. Damn it. So now the head, I'm gonna leave it at the end. First I'm gonna do the neck here, like so. So for the neck, I like the anatomy on the neck. So here's this part, the front of the neck, and then we have the neck muscles falling here. See? So I'm just gonna put a little shadow there. Like this kind of tiny shadows will help me see more depth in my sketch. In the next chapter I'm gonna talk about solid sketching. So for now I think this works. Right now we're just blocking out the pose. The ear falls below. Like it's kind of aligned with the mouth from this angle. So we're gonna keep it right there. So now we can draw the rest of the head shape. I like how the blouse looks there, with the shoulders showing. So there I have the basic pose. Okay, I think looks good now. And I'm just gonna move it a little bit to the center of the canvas. And as I said earlier, I'm gonna combine these two photos. So I have the pose, I got the pose from this picture above, and then I'm gonna use this one for the hair and the rest of the clothes, which I like. And so I'm gonna create a new layer for the hair, and using the same brush, actually I like to use it a little bit thicker, so I'm gonna go bigger with this brush. And I'm gonna start blocking out the hair. I'm gonna try to copy some of the hair locks and the general shape. Right now I'm not gonna get into specifics. So I think I'm just gonna block out the shape. And I like how it comes from here on the side. So hair is very messy. It makes sense, and we're gonna do that in the one of the following chapters. But it actually makes a lot of sense. Maybe it's messy, but there is some kind of order within that mess. That's what I like about hair. So now that I have the general shape, the separate layer, I can erase the parts of the head that won't be needed anymore. And I can maybe clean the face a little bit. And then on that same layer where I painted the hair, I can draw the hat, which is like something like this. And the clothes. So this would be my base sketch. I'm gonna start working from here on the next chapter. So for now, this is good. Like, I have the proportions down, the pose, the hair. So that's what matters right now. So let's move on to the next one.